The MTC was a funny experience for me, like, because it's just really different than any other environment or culture. You know, like everybody's got name tags, everybody's kind of like running on a tight schedule. And I felt like super disoriented for the first few days, just like, where am I? Like, I don't know, am I on an alien spaceship or something? Like, and a lot of the first few days are like just so packed. It wasn't like this peaceful, like spiritual thing like I thought it was going to be for just like the first 2 days. It was just like really busy, you know? And so I was kind of like, oh my gosh, like what did I get myself into? I don't know if this is, like, is my whole mission going to be like this? But then, within a couple days, it already was like, you know, then we had like a lot more time for scripture study and for companionship study, and we were like preparing lessons, and I really started enjoying it. Yeah, so the MTC was a really good experience. The first few days were just stressful, I think, but after that it was like we really got to focus on really preparing. And I loved my MTC teachers. One of my teachers was like really focused on language study. He would only speak to us in Spanish, and I know the language program has changed quite a bit at the MTC now. So anyway, he just always spoke to us in Spanish and really helped us. But the other teacher, he really wanted to share a lot of stories with us, and both of those teachers, like throughout my entire mission, I would have like things that they told me come back to me, like, you know, at a moment when I was really worried about some investigator, I would remember a story that my MTC teacher told me that, you know, he talked about praying for your investigators or like miracles that happened. And it gave me a lot of faith. So I'm very, very grateful for what they did. And then the Spanish that I learned in the MTC ended up being, it was really good that like we worked hard, because my first transfer actually ended up with my trainer was so brave. Our mission president had her go from an English area. She'd been serving in different areas in English for a whole year. And then he told her, like, you're gonna train somebody in Spanish in a new area that hasn't had sisters in over like 2 years or something. So she was like, okay. And so anyway, when I got there the first day, she was like, yeah, we're gonna go to this new area. I don't know where anything is. We don't know any people. Neither of us really know Spanish. And we're just gonna figure it out. So the transition from the MTC to the field was like so exciting because I don't know, it was just cool. Like we both had to like totally just be willing to kind of look like fools and try to speak Spanish and just meet everybody we could in that area in the first, you know, few weeks. Yeah. The other interesting thing I think about that transition was like transitioning from the MTC, where it felt like there's just people everywhere all the time and they're all missionaries. And then in the field, all of a sudden, like you're just with your companion, and then the only other people that you talk to are the people that you meet and teach. And so I did feel sometimes like pretty, like, I guess it was kind of sad to leave behind the MTC because it felt like we were having like a party all the time. And I didn't really speak Spanish, and so it wasn't like comfortable to talk to people. So it just like felt really, I don't know what it was. I guess just that period of like really learning a language. There are times where it's like, it's hard to know what's going on and you just feel a little bit lost. But my trainer was like incredible. It was really cool. And we were in a Spanish area that had like in Santa Ana, it's like 95% Spanish speakers in California, in that city. So we had plenty of opportunities to practice Spanish because everyone spoke Spanish. We never ran into anyone that spoke English. Maybe like 3 times within like a 3-month period, we met people that spoke English. It was awesome.